When you set out to implement anything new into your organization, specifically culture change, by taking the time to really hone in on your brand story, to define your core values, your guiding principles, why you exist, to really sink your teeth into that and define it clearly, and then making sure that you have all of the right people in the right seats, that you're implementing new hiring processes, you are implementing new review processes, if you're implementing a new project management system or any kind of new technology or new change. When you have to do with implementing new change behavior, business transformation, the biggest key here is it takes time. There is not a single change worth making that will happen overnight. It is done little by little by little. When we first implement change, if you're trying to change your culture or change your hiring process and you have a vision for that, for what it can be, and you try and communicate that with your team, the first time you communicate that message, it more than likely will be met with fear, hesitancy, that kind of resistance. But know that just because you have resistance does not mean that this will fail. If anything, you are looking for small, tiny windows of opportunities, small chances to plant seeds. And this is what it is. It is a season of planting, a season of cultivating a new mindset shift, new ideas, new trust, and that takes time. So you have to be patient, you have to be gentle, you have to celebrate every single small win, because that's all they will be for the most part, is just small tiny wins. But it is these little tiny wins over time that 6 months down the road, 12 months down the road, that is when you look back and you see it is different, and there has been change, and there has been growth and progress and transformation. And once you get that far down the road and more people are able to see it, that is what helps you kind of start to grow that traction faster, and it starts to snowball because you've gotten more of that buy-in. But in those early stages, you might be the only one who can see it. Most people, they struggle to see, like they see what is in front of them, and we can't blame them or fault them from that. You just have to know that that is what you will be up against. Don't disillusion yourself that you think if you can just speak the vision that people are just going to be like, oh yes, absolutely, 100% on board, like let's go. If you have a few people in your organization who can see that and do that, that's amazing. Like build that up, encourage that, take any positivity, any vision for it that you can, and grow it, and just really cultivate that, because it is the buy-in of each individual, one by one, that ends up rippling out. And it really is a ripple effect where you are the one pebble that drops in, that starts with one idea, one vision, opportunity and direction to see how it can be different. And then you affect just a few people around you. And then they affect the few people around them, and the few people around them. And then as we start to see that change, that is what actually drives more and more and more of the buy-in. So if you're in the early stages of a culture shift, of a business transformation, one, be realistic about your timeline. Give yourself 3 years. Like in your mind, say, I will grind this out. I will work on this day in, day out. I will plant and plant and plant for 3 years, knowing that it will take time. Commit to that. Don't get discouraged that you're not going as fast as you want. Don't get discouraged when there's hesitancy. Don't get discouraged when there's fear. And allow them to communicate how they're feeling. And then just gently ask them questions, and gently and slowly show them that it can be different and it can be successful. And that is how you get buy-in. That is how you transform businesses and culture.